안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Friday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-beauty, K-films, K-everything. Joining me today is our co-host Bella Kim. Bella, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Soa. And happy Friday to everyone joining us today on The Culture Wave. I'm Bella, back again to co-host and fill you guys in with some exciting K-entertainment news.
And we're also joined by Arirang's news features reporter Byun Ye-young. Welcome, Ye-young.
Hi, Ye-young.
Hello, Soa. Hello, Bella. It's great to be back. And a big happy Friday to our viewers. I'm Byun Ye-young, a news features reporter here at Arirang News.
Ye-young, I heard that you went to an event filled with beauty products.
That's right. So I visited Seoul Beauty Week at Dongdaemun Design Plaza to check out the latest in K-beauty.
Cool. And I've been waiting to go there. I heard there's a lot of fun activities and also sometimes you get a load of free stuff as well.
Right.
That's right. Well, I'll admit, I think I came back with around 4 to 5 bags full to the brim with new products to try out. But Seoul Beauty Week is about much more than just freebies. It's also a stage for innovation, conversation, and new business opportunities in the K-beauty market. So let's take a closer look.
A machine scans the face. AI technology then analyzes skin tone and condition, recommending products from a vast database. It's one of the many innovative K-beauty products visitors can try at Seoul Beauty Week.
Seoul Beauty Week is not just an exhibition. It's a beauty festival that the general public can also enjoy. For businesses, it provides opportunities to expand their networks, while for the public, it offers a chance to truly experience and enjoy K-beauty. That's the purpose of our event.
On opening day, a special biz preview tour gave industry buyers and decision makers a first look at K-beauty before the event opened to the public. From global bestsellers to emerging brands, visitors can test products, participate in fun events, and take home samples or full-sized products that reflect the very best in the industry.
This is the Trend Zone, where nearly 120 companies are showcasing the latest in K-beauty, from skincare and body care to beauty tech and lifestyle products.
Here, visitors can design their own facial mist, picking a serum to match their skin type and a fragrance to fit their style, and they can even add a personalized label on the spot. Many booths also highlight eco-friendly concepts and natural ingredients. Others show the science behind the skincare, from AI-powered tools to the latest in beauty tech. In keeping with its goal of globalizing K-beauty, the event is geared up for foreign visitors.
I really appreciate they also speak English when they introduce the new product, so we can understand better.
Away from the stalls, there is a whole range of exciting programs, from global marketing seminars to makeup shows and influencer talks featuring fan-favorite beauty gurus. Seoul Beauty Week runs until August 30th at Dongdaemun Design Plaza.
Wow, that looked like a lot of fun. And Ye-young, I could spot a number of familiar faces in your report. But apart from them, it looked like the venue was packed with people already.
Yeah, it definitely was. And keep in mind, most of what you saw was actually filmed before the event officially opened to the public. And once the doors opened, the whole venue was completely packed. And there were lines forming outside of the building too.
Wow, very popular indeed.
Yes, definitely shows the K-beauty popularity. And it was very amazing to see the international visitors visiting the place as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely does show the global appeal that K-beauty has.
Right. And in your report, Ye-young, you highlighted AI, technology-based skincare, natural ingredients, but it looked like there was even more to see.
Yes, well, actually, the packaging for so many of these products were just simply amazing. They were so fun, creative, eye-catching, and just innovative. For example, these body products don't look like cosmetics at all. They're actually designed to look more like decorative pieces for your home and even double as flower vases. And look at these products here. Don't they resemble whiskey bottles? At first glance, you would think they belong on a bar shelf rather than a bathroom counter. They're so creative.
Wow, that's so fun. It looks like not only we don't want to use them, but we also want to display them as well.
Right, so it's very eco-friendly, sustainable as well. But Yeong, it was not only about the products. I heard that the event was also a star-studded event featuring influencers.
Yes, and actually, I ran into someone very special. He's a familiar face to our Arirang viewers and was also here on the Culture Wave just a few months ago. And he wanted to share a message with all of you.
When it comes to beauty, cosmetics, like K-beauty is one of the best, I believe, and this is the capital city of K-beauty. I highly recommend you to come and check it out. K-beauty, K-everything here in Korea.
Well, thank you to Prince Konu for that message, and thank you, Yeong, for that wonderful coverage.
Thank you, Yeong.
And thank you for having me.
And now it's time for some K-entertainment news with Bella Kim. Bella, let's start off with not just one, but two stories on K-pop girl group aespa.
That's right. Metal Taste girl group aespa will start their tour 2025 aespa Live Tour Sync Access Line with 3 concerts at the K-Expo Dome in Seoul from today, that's Friday Korea time, until Sunday. All 3 performances have sold out, including limited view seats. For fans who unfortunately could not get their hands on the tickets, the Saturday and Sunday concerts will be broadcast live online through Beyond Live. After the Seoul concert, the tour will continue with a total of 15 performances across Asia. And that's not all. Get ready for this, MICE. And MICE, of course, referring to aespa fans. aespa will release their 6th mini album, Rich Man, on September 5th. The group will perform the new release for the very first time, including the title track, Rich Man, at this weekend's concerts in Seoul.
Exciting news. Now, Bella, we have another album dropping. Now, this time we're going to talk about a male artist.
Yes. Im Young-un is releasing his 2nd full-length album, I'm Hero 2, today again, Friday. The album consists of 11 songs, including the title track, Eternal Moment, which conveys the resonance of life as well. And on Thursday, the Eternal Moment music video was pre-released, and a special listening session was held at about 50 CGV theaters across the nation, where the fans got to hear the full album for the very first time before its official release. Im Young-un will also hold a nationwide tour titled I'm Hero that will begin in Int'l in October.
All right, and finally, we will end off our K-Enter with great news for movie fans.
That is correct. Actress Yoon Yo-jung's new comedy film, The Wedding Banquet, has locked its Korea release date for September 24th after first being released in the US back in April. The film is a remake of director Ang Lee's 1993 film of the same name. The remake transforms the story into a witty, unpredictable comedy centering on a same-sex couple's fake marriage that's hilariously upended by a sharp-witted Korean grandmother. And reuniting with the grandmother role after Minari, Yoon plays Taeyong, the grandmother of one of the main characters. Ahead of its release, The Wedding Banquet won Amazon MGM Producers Awards at the Sundance Film Festival and has also been invited to the Busan International Film Festival. The Wedding Banquet will premiere in Korea on September 24th, exclusive at Lotte Cinemas.
Looking forward to that. Well, thank you very much, Bella, for those stories, and stick around.
Will do.
And now time to go over to our AI anchor, Ari, for more on the culture front. Ari?
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. The number of visitors to the Gyeongju National Museum this year has surpassed 1 million. The milestone was reached on August 24th, 45 days faster than last year. Among them, 60,000 were foreign visitors. The museum attributed the rise to the success of its special exhibition on Goryeo Celadon, which attracted some 300,000 visitors. It expects total attendance for the year to exceed last year's 1.3 million, boosted by its upcoming display of Silla gold crowns, marking the APEC Economic Leaders meeting set for October in Gyeongju. The 2025 Korea Artist Prize exhibition opened today at the National Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art in Seoul, featuring works by finalists Kim Young-eun, Kim Ji-pyong, Artist Collective, Unmake Lab, and Kim Young-ju. Kim Young-un spotlights Korean history and identity through sound, while Kim Ji-pyong reinterprets traditional views in East Asian painting. Unmake Lab challenges human-centered perspectives tied to national development and AI, and Nim explores the intersection of old superstitions and modern science. The exhibition runs through February 1st, with the final winner to be announced in January. Seoul's signature fall event, the Seoul International Fireworks Festival, is said to return on September 27th at Yeouido Hangang Park. Hosted by Hanwha Group since 2000 as part of its corporate social responsibility efforts, the festival draws more than 1 million spectators each year. Under the theme, Light Up Together, teams from Korea, Italy, and Canada are set to illuminate the night sky over the Hangang River with spectacular displays. The event will also be streamed live on Hanwha's official YouTube channel, Hanwha TV. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
The Venice International Film Festival is underway in the beautiful Italian city of Venice. And for the first time in 13 years, a Korean movie is competing for a top award at this prestigious film event. It's No Other Choice by director Park Chan-wook. Expectations for the movie are high, with the local release in cinemas scheduled for next month. Let's have a deeper talk with our movie expert, Jae Sool, professor and filmmaker at Seoul Institute of the Arts. So welcome back, Professor Sool.
Nice to be back.
All right, so let's begin with the significance of a Korean film having made it into the main competition section at the Venice International Film Festival. So what do you think about this inclusion? So how do you assess the inclusion of No Other Choice in this time?
It's the 82nd Venice Film Festival. It's one of the big three, so it's Cannes, Berlin, and Venice. And actually, it's been a while. You know, Korean film in competition, there's about 21 films this year. And Park Chan-wook's No Other Choice is now the first Korean film since Pieta, which is by Kim Ki-deok, the late Kim Ki-deok, who won in 2013. So it's 13 years later that, you know, a Korean film's now in competition. So it's a big deal. And as you know, this movie is about, you know, Lee Byung-hun and Son Hye-jin. Yeah. And basically, it's about a man who worked at a paper company, gets fired, and now has to look for a job because he has to basically provide for his family. And it's kind of a black comedy in the sense that he chooses a new plan where you go after the competition. Yeah.
So as you briefly mentioned, it features Lee Byung-hun and Son Ye-jin. So it's been getting a lot of attention since this cast has been revealed, and there's high expectations about the chemistry between the two. So please tell us about the role that they have been in.
Yeah, so Lee Byung-hun's like, the most famous Korean actor working. He's been in Hollywood movies. And Son Ye-jin's like a big actor. Crash Landing on You is like I guess a series that everybody knows about. So you have two very well-known actors, but you also have other cast members like there's Cha Seung-won, who kind of plays the opposition, like another guy looking for a job. And you have Lee Sung-min and Park Hee-sun, and all these actors are in so many different Korean dramas and films. So the ensemble cast is really kind of interesting. And also, this is Park Chan-wook's 12th film. So, what I find about a lot of his movies is that he sets a wide net in terms of casting new actors. And he's worked with Lee Byung-hun on a short before, but this is the first time he's working on a feature film with him since JSA. So it's kind of an interesting cast choice. Son Ye-jin has never been in a Park Chan-wook film, so I'm really looking forward to having all these different characters in his universe. Yeah, for sure.
And now No Other Choice is actually based on an American novel, The Axe by Donald Westlake. So similar to recently Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17, which was based on an American novel, Mickey 7. So both can be seen as an example of Korean film directors making movies out of a foreign novel. So what kind of Korean style interpretation can we expect from this film?
I would say both Korean and also Park Chan-wook style, because this is a director of Old Boy and the Revenge trilogies. And so, as you mentioned, the novel itself is kind of a satirical look at the job market. Donald Westlake apparently came up with the idea to make this novel when he heard all these people getting laid off in corporate jobs when they downsize a company. So he wrote kind of a satirical story, and it's already been made into a feature film by another director, Costa Gravas, a very famous director, called The Axe. But I think Park Chan-wook's take on it is going to be really special because, first of all, he's a very intricate visual director. His storytelling is always sort of hard to, from the beginning, understand what it is, but he kind of like makes it into this kind of like really intricate plot. And also he has a very dense soundtrack, and his production design is really wonderful. So I think you're going to see a visual feast in a movie. And then some people have said this is a comedy, but I think it's definitely a black comedy in the style of Park Chan-wook. So if you look at his other films, there's always like this kind of dark sense of humor that he has.
And speaking of which, actor Lee Byung-hun said actually something very similar at a press conference. He did mention that this movie is humorous, but also sad at the same time. So it is dark comedy, as you mentioned, Professor So. So what are some of his previous works that actually share the same tone?
He's made 12 films now, so Park Chan-wook has many, but the one movie that I think is a precursor to this one is the one he made before, which is Decision to Leave. It has Park Hae-il and Tang Wei in it. And I remember sitting in the movie theater watching that movie, and it's kind of a thriller, sort of a murder mystery, and I started laughing, but I was the only one. Everybody was so sort of like trying to figure out this mystery, but I really found the dark sense of humor, and then I stopped myself from laughing because nobody else was. So it's a weird situation. It's a dichotomy between, as you said, sad and funny, and at the same time, you're not really sure you're supposed to laugh. So it kind of, his style is he kind of brings you into that kind of, I would say like a bipolar reaction to a movie. But at the same time, in Park Chan-wook's own words, he wasn't trying to make fun of the situation. He said that he's really trying to portray the human emotion. And basically, right now, Korea also economically, there are a lot of people that don't have jobs. And it's a worldwide phenomenon, unemployment. So I think, by taking a satirical look at the situation in a way that is humorous and yet it's really dark, I think he's trying to kind of give you a sense of trying to make you think about what's really happening in life. And I think sometimes people get away to watch movies so they don't think about life, but I think in a Park Chan-wook film, you walk away thinking about your life more closely. Yeah.
Thinking more about our life, right?
Yes,
Watching
for sure,
the film.
for sure.
I wasn't sure if I was supposed to laugh when you just told us about that episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have those moments too.
Yes, definitely. And so the film No Other Choice has been invited to Venice, but not only Venice, it's been invited to also Busan, Toronto, and New York film festivals as well. So Professor, what do you think, what kind of impact does these presence at international film festivals will bring to Korean film industry as a whole in the future?
Well, the film festivals that you mentioned, like Busan, Toronto, New York, they're actually very friendly to Korean cinema. Many Korean films are featured there. You know, movies like Parasite and things like that have been featured at Cannes and other festivals. So Korean films are very welcome, and also, you know, people are familiar watching them. But I think what's special about this time is that Venice is not really, I don't want to say, but you know, it's not very friendly to Asian cinema in a sense. Some people will dispute that, but I think that's why it has a lot of meaning, because I think Venice is finally recognizing a Korean film. And I just know from going to these festivals, had the pleasure of going to some of them, and when I meet the programmers, you kind of know that within that circle, there's a lot of jealousy and infighting going on. So if, let's say you showed a movie at Cannes, then Venice and Berlin's going to be jealous and not show your movie, things like that. So there are these kind of underlying sort of situations, but Venice, I think, finally said, like, let's show a Korean film. It's been a while. And so I'm really happy to see they've opened the door for that, for sure.
And as it's also going to be debuting in Korea at the Busan International Film Festival, that's probably the first time we get to watch it in Korea at BIF. Okay.
Very exciting. And you've mentioned that it's director Park Chan-wook's 12th film, but he's been over different genres, including horror, melodrama, and thriller as well throughout his career. But could this new work kind of mark a new, turning point or new phase in his filmography?
Personally, I think it's really hard to pinpoint Park Chan-wook as like one genre type of director, because I think in all of his movies, there's, number one, like you kind of attribute it to more the style. There's a lot of violence. He's really obsessed with revenge and things like that. And I think in that vein, this movie is following that footstep. But I think, as I tell some of my students, like, some really great directors, you can tell it's a good director when you watch all these different films of different genres, but you see a signature style in all the movies. And Park Chan-wook is, like Bong Joon-ho, a very idiosyncratic director that I think when we saw Old Boy, we really figured out this guy was special. And he's beloved not only by Korean cinema lovers, but around the world. Everybody likes him. And we mentioned 12 feature films that he directed, but he's also worked on 2 series. There's The Sympathizer, which was an HBO series about a Vietnamese sort of double agent. And so he did that, and then he worked on another BBC like a series. And all of those, even though those were kind of like the screenplays are already done, you still know it's a Park Chan-wook film because of the way it's edited, the way it looks. He has a very special way of making movies, and a lot of times it's hard to emulate because it's so complex. And one of the great things, he always has a very like bold or like something where you didn't really expect the ending to be. So I'm really looking forward to No Other Choice as well.
Same here. Now, finally, Professor Su, how do you view the chances of No Other Choice winning an award at the Venice International
Right. So
Film
fingers
Awards?
crossed, but. He has stiff competition, unfortunately. So he has a couple of films, like there's a movie called Under the Clouds by Gianfranco Rosi, and he won the Golden Lion. That's the big prize at Venice in 2013. So he has a new movie. There's Guillermo del Toro, who also won the Golden Lion in 2017. And he has a new movie, Frankenstein, that's coming out. And then we have Yorgos Lanthimos, who won in 2023. So recently, he has Begonia, which is actually a remake of a Korean film called Save the Green Planet. So I hope he makes it. I hope he wins the Golden Lion. But he's got a lot of great filmmakers that he's actually in the same thing. And also, we as fans want people to win these competitions, but as a filmmaker myself, it's weird to be competing. I don't know if there's a better film. You're with like world-class filmmakers, so It's not like, watching a soccer game where you score enough points and somebody wins. And, in art, it's kind of hard to do that. But, of course, the prizes mean a lot of things, so I really wish them the best.
Same here. But regardless of whether this movie will win an award or not, it probably will have an impact on domestic and international viewers because this is actually one of the most anticipated movies of the year. So thank you very much, Professor Seoul, for your insights, and see you again.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Professor.
And thank you, Bella, as always. Have a great weekend and see you next week.
I'll see you back next week.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Enjoy the last weekend of August, everyone, and we'll be back on Monday, 2 p.m. Korea time.